All right, hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here, and a market radar video, 7 o'clock p.m. Thursday, big reversal day on the markets. The day of the invasion, last night we did follow that news of the breaking news of the invasion, seeing the futures sell off all night. You get to this point in the morning and it's off to the races. 9:30 was basically the spot you wanted to be in, and from that point on it was off to the races all the way till 4 o'clock, right to the bell. Pretty much it had a little consolidation 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, but we came out of that really strong, and this is where we left off here. A lot of people will be. I actually was listening, driving around, taking care of some things. I call it part of Cramer's show, Jim Cramer, Fast Money, and he said this. He expects this just to be a bounce, and we're going to head lower on the Nasdaq. And maybe, but this is the. I want to take a look at some things on the chart here. You're either going to be right or wrong. I mean, believe me, these people are right and wrong, basically. As much as they're wrong, they're right, and the other way along. What we do like here is the daily candlestick, and I put out a video last night. We were talking about we were looking for a reversal candle to really confirm a bounce area, because everything else, we were down on the trend line. We had oversold multiple time frames. Everything here looks pretty good for reversal, but we were missing one major thing that I like to see, is that reversal, taking out the lows, shaking out all the lows, and then buyers come in and they continue to come in all day, and they trade higher than the previous day, the midpoint of the previous candle, or even higher than the previous candle. A lot of different ways you could look at it, but this is a nice candle. This was a beautiful candle today, called a piercing pattern. You gap down, you close higher, and you close 50% higher into the previous candle, and we're back inside that channel line. I honestly think it comes down to news too. Of course, news is the major catalyst right now in the markets, and with the invasion, I guess we all have an opinion on that. I actually, that's my dog. Opinion too. Why do you bark all the time? Yeah, honestly, I think this will be a fast incursion from Putin, and he'll end up pulling troops back faster than most people will expect. And that's just a guess on my part, and I think that's going to be seen as a very bullish thing, and it'll look like all the sanctions worked, but I think that's his plan in the overall. I don't know if we're going to see a whole invasion of a country. I just don't see it. I don't personally, but we'll see, right? So with that said, and I think that the news is going to be more favorable. I could see this easily being a bottom in the market. Individual stocks. I mean, this is a big range. I mean, we could chop around as news gets, clears up. We get a better feel for things. We've come down, and that's another important thing, is how often do you hear 20% corrections? Well, if you haven't been trading in the last, I don't even know how many years. What was the last 20% correction? Maybe 2008. I don't even know if that was one. NDX, though, the Nasdaq, had a 20-point correction from the highs back here, the highs of the and until right now, or this morning. 22% pullback. 22%. That's intense. That's a big pullback, and we could actually probably even put in some trend lines here too. So I like the trend line. There is a lot of space here between the top here, but I do like that reversal. Big reversal on this. What are you doing underneath me? You trying to lay down underneath me today? Are you nervous? So we started biting in on something. I've been sitting on my hands all week. Today, at the open, I tried to get some orders in. I had my IB go down for a second. I couldn't get my option in on Google and Snowflake, so I ended up buying share. I bought a share of Google. I actually holding 5, so I brought it up to 6, and we got it at right at the open, and got 150 points on that trade. 150 points, still holding the Google. Picked up Airbnb options, up nice on those. We picked up the SPY calls. We took profits on those. What else do I have? What else did I get today? Did something else. Let me get my records out here. Hold on a second. I got it in front of me. All right, so we came in this morning, picked up the Google at $2,500. I just put a limit order in there. I think it was right in the morning, right before the open. And I got hit on that. So then we picked up the 421 calls expiring in about 2 weeks, and then picked up some Airbnb April 14th 160 calls, $7.85, and we sold our SPY call for $9.34, and then I bought some ARK. I bought a call on ARK, believe it or not, Kathy Wood's fund, which had a lot of these levels here I've been watching for a long time, and all these trend lines that I've been watching for so long have finally got hit today. That's another reason. They all gap down to these trend lines. We had ARK gapping down to a major trend line. We had what do we just have over here? The NASDAQ actually gapping down to a major trend line. S&P actually broke down through that trend line, closed above it. There was a lot of other things here. Uber is down to a major trend line. It's on my list for tomorrow, but a big reversal off of that already. All these stocks had these great trend lines that we gapped down to. If you had your shopping list ready today and you went to, you picked up this, you did really well. So stocks that I like here that are probably not, they haven't gotten away on you. The Uber is one of them. So Uber down here, 34.40. It may be a little pullback. If you get a little pullback, Uber, like the Uber, staying inside the channel, way off to 200. Oversold with a Nike check mark. It's a Rockstar special right there. And when I talk about the Nike check mark, it's just kind of the aggressive nature. We look at a couple things with the stochastics. The divergence between the lows and the higher lows right there, and you can see the nice move, the patterns. And lots of times I like to get the fast aggressive move where we have a like a check mark almost, and this was kind of almost close to see that little check mark. And when we see that, we tend to get follow through. So this had a nice reversal candles, and it has a history of follow through. Maybe not right away because it was such a big move, and there's so much news out there, but how could you not start to like this down here? So Uber is number one on the list. Not number one, but first one I mentioned. And then we got SMTC, semiconductor stock. Still like this one. I think this is under the radar semiconductor company.
Connection lost.
Nice day today. We'll see if we get some follow through tomorrow. AMD after hours came out with another added to a $4 billion buyback, bringing it up to $8 billion buyback share repurchase program. $8 billion AMD. So that could help the semis tomorrow. Let's take a look at AMD and what that did to the stock after hours. All right, so it got a little pop, not much. Didn't really give us not too much. I gotta get my mouse over here. Oh, my mouse is dead again over here. It keeps on dying. Alright, it doesn't matter. I don't need the mouse. Here's another version. Here's another chart of this. This is on the Finviz chart, the SMTC, and you can actually see they have a trend line identifying algorithm, which kind of gives you a good one here. And you can see we came down, same thing, decent candle. I sometimes like to look, go on this site. 85, 86, 88 targets. September last. ADI came out at February 16th. ADI analog devices. They put that in the same category. I guess. Let's take a look at ADI. Not much going there, but anyway, like the I do like that SMTC. I don't know if I'm going to add to it or not, but I do like it. Google again added to that today. I think there's still an opportunity here to get up to 2,700 pretty easy. Well, at the time looking at this, it was about 2,600, and I was looking at 2,700, not realizing to close at 2,640. So not that far to get to 2,700. Brings it back up to the 20, and I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think this thing deserves to be a little higher. Especially with the gap hanging up, the split announcement. People will start buying this one as the split approaches. So you have a lot of things going for it at Google. That's holding up pretty good. It's holding around as a tech stock. Most of these techs have gotten crushed away into the 200. This one's holding right on the 200 right now, pushing back up to it. Snowflake. Tried to grab that one today, and I just didn't.
Tradometer ES overbought.
I'm going to watch that. And then I have one more, the Airbnb, which I did get that today. Had a pretty decent candle. I like it that we're back above this trend line. I can see this starting to head back up to 165. Yeah, I would add to this. Just getting oversold too. All these here, nice levels, nice oversold levels. Got stuck in a bad market. These are good companies, good guidance. Bad timing. It is 7:20. That means stocks are still trading. Tunes. Let's go. Let's get some tunes going here. Let me pause this right now. This market here continues to move up a little. The Boeing here, that 198 held up here again, even though it did get a flush down to. Oh, actually, I should say 189. 189. That's the area we're really watching. It got down to it again. Bounced. Yeah, just another one that's back down here. If we go back and look at these situations where we got oversold and we started to get these bounces, we had follow through. Definitely had follow through. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll see. Same thing, I mean, what do we apply on the daily chart? We apply on that 1 minute chart. When you get that oversold level, you have a better chance of that move up, as long as you have that momentum. All three of them get oversold, and the divergences. But even the simple thing of just having the fast stochastics just getting oversold, you have a much better chance of a move up. And this is each minute, so imagine being in a trade. It's kind of a safety net here. Back here too, a nice pullback. Just make sure this is always on your side. Oversold, oversold, bounce, bounce, oversold divergence, definite bounce. And what makes this very easy, the channel is up, the upward pressure, so you get the bigger bounces. I'm looking at Alright, that's it. I want to get this out. Just a kind of an update. I am looking to add out of those four, out of these stocks here, the Uber, SMTC, the Google. I'd like to get another opportunity for some calls and try to get a nice trade on it. Alright, we'll see you in the markets tomorrow.